Number 5. I put this as number 5 even though it seems like common sense. But listen to your data over your executives. Yeah, I know. A lot of higher ups are going to tell you what they want and how they see the business, but the data speaks for itself. Check out Neil Patel and this video that he shows on what you can do about the data you already have. It's like no need to reinvent the wheel. Just use the data you already have and double down, triple down. When you see keywords that are getting a few hits, but you're ranking on the first page, even if they're not interesting, they're not the all-star keyword that you want to rank for, get some pages on those keywords. Make sure you put some extra time into those keywords and double down on what already works. Low-hanging fruit, people. Number 4. So this one hasn't fully happened yet on desktop. It has on mobile. It's called continuous scrolling. We know we have that with all social media platforms, but Google has finally jumped on the bandwagon, and I honestly don't blame them. Page 2 was getting no love, absolutely no love. So those days are over. What can we expect from this? Probably more people on the second page, but it's not gonna be the second page because it's gonna be the first page. I know it gets a little confusing, but it's gonna be continuous scrolling. So get in those schema markups. This is what I was talking about before. If your search result is not eye-popping, most likely it's not going to be clicked on. And being number 1 is not the most important thing anymore. Still is for now, but we shall see how that goes. So let's stay tuned for 2023 and see what that continuous scrolling is all about. Number 3. So I thought this is a very timely topic, but will Google penalize bad AI generated content? I know a lot of you are looking at these tools and thinking, yes, perfect, I can generate thousands of pieces of content and it will rank. I got some good news and bad news. The good news is that Google has its own OpenAI source and it has a 1 trillion parameter to how it works. As opposed to what you've seen lately, which is the OpenAI GPT, which has, I think, like 200 billion. Correct me if I'm wrong. So what that means is the AI content generation right now, it's not as sophisticated as we want it to be. This means check on the content. This is the bad news, by the way. Check on the content. Make sure that this content is real, looks real, feels real. Don't just replace your content writers right away. They still need their work. So get them in. Maybe you can get them to actually go over this content or compile one. Maybe you can find an efficiency. We don't know yet. AI generated content is pretty new. We shall see. I don't think that Google is going to be penalizing for it, but crappy content is crappy content, you know. Number 2, it's called Voice SEO. We've been talking about it for years now, and ever since we got the Echo, Alexa, we've been talking about it more and more. How will this really affect search in the future? Well, let me tell you. 40% of internet users today use voice search. 55% of teens use voice search. You better be watching what the teens are doing because they're up next. This is how they're consuming and this is how they're searching. What can you do for this? Well, you can do an FAQ page with voice search. You can work on that schema we talked about. It's going to be all about that for the future. Google is going to be picking the best results that are going to show up as probably number 1 for this part, at least for now. And it's going to be giving longer answers. So you can expect search queries to be a little bit different. Instead of a short sentence, it's going to be a longer sentence, more specific. So what is the goal and takeaway from this? Be more specific and kind of fill in your SEO more. For the one that you've all been patiently waiting for, or just scrolling through the video to get to it. Number 1, AI in general. So artificial intelligence is going to be playing a bigger and bigger role in our lives, especially for us marketers, especially for us SEO guys. We need to be able to adapt like AI. So what does this mean? This means that ever since RankBrain had an algorithmic update called RankBrain, the user experience has become more and more important. This means that how the user is actually interacting with your web page and your content matters more than anything. And you know this because this is how you look at your data too. Time spent on site, bounce rate, click-through rate, and so on. So above all else, make sure that you're designing your content and your web pages for users. Google is not interested in you designing it for them. They have enough websites designing it for them. So make sure you concentrate on your end user. So what does this all mean? Well, for me, it means that SEO is definitely not dead. I've been doing SEO for the last 15 years, and I can tell you that every year they said that SEO is going to die. So 2023 is no exception. We are just morphing and transitioning as all of search is. Whether it's going to be voice, whether it's going to be AI, you're going to need to stick around and see. In the meantime, don't forget to test. Test. Get your own data, get your own information, and put it out there for everyone to see. This is a community, and we're building it all together. If you loved my content or just liked it, tap the like button and subscribe for more.